On many occasions, I think to myself that society may come to learn, possibly even feel a little bit of the pain that men go through, especially when it comes to divorce and how men are treated in a divorce process system, parental alienation, child support, alimony processes as well, which are an extension of the divorce process. I have come to learn, however, that most people just don't care, do not have any concern for men that are going through hardship, and if men have come to learn of a new path to overcome that hardship, then they get ridiculed by many people in order that they get back in line of the blue pill realm. MGTOW is an acronym for men going their own way. It is generally agreed upon by men that are part of the MGTOW collective that to be a MGTOW, a man has decided to stay off the plantation via not marrying nor cohabitating. Marriage is a contract that allows for government to intervene into the family affairs of a married couple, and when it does, men always get the short end of the stick. Therefore, by staying away from marriage, a man is keeping the government away from destroying his life. The first case of ignorance that is spewed from Deborah Cooper is her definition of MGTOW. Now, she states this vocally, and she's also typed it up on her description bar. As a matter of fact, her actual video is titled MGTOW Crybabies Not Going Their Own Way. She extends upon this at around 5 minutes and 50 seconds into her video. Quote, "A man going his own way truly goes his own way." And later then adds, "If you guys were truly going your own way, then what women thought, what women said about you, etc., none of that would be of relevance to you."
So then he says, but shaming tactics don't work on real MGTOWs. Okay, are you supposed to be a real MGTOW? Because you all up in your feelings writing this comment. A man truly going his own way truly goes his own way. Exactly what I have been saying. If you guys were really going your own way, then what women thought, what women said about you, what women felt about you, what women talked about behind your back to your face in written form, on you video form, none of that would be of relevance to you, because you would have went your own way and you wouldn't be paying any attention to what women are saying or doing or thinking or typing on YouTube comments or making videos about. None of that would be important to you.
This is truly an ignorant statement indeed. Sounds like Deborah just wants MGTOW to go away, like as in go away in a sense where they would just no longer exist or be in her sight. Personally, I think knowing that MGTOW exists causes her anxiety.
But understand, once you make your feelings public, that gives other people the right to come in and take a stick and beat your feelings, and then take a pen and pop your feelings. That's what they have the right to do. So either you keep your feelings to yourself and write them in your diary. Well, no one will see them but you. But once you put them online in a public domain, you invite millions upon millions of people to hear and see your stupid ass opinions, and then to rip you to shreds. That's what you do when you make your shit public.
From this point onward, I will direct this directly at you, Deborah Cooper. So in your books, for a man to be fit MGTOW, that man must deem what women spoke of behind men's backs as irrelevant. This is complete BS. It is because we have come to learn the behavior of female nature, thanks to females such as yourself and females that we have dealt with in the real world, that we have come to the conclusion that going our own way, away from the plantation, is the safest way to go. Do you think that we have some rule book that states, you must not talk to women? You must truly go away from all females. That includes your mother, your sisters, and even your daughters. We have mothers, we have sisters, we have daughters. We do communicate and reciprocate. We talk to who we want to talk to. And how do you think we were able to transmit this information about female nature and even male nature to other men, especially to men that have to deal with females like yourself? We need to warn men of females like you so that they don't end up being destroyed by a female who is only as powerful as the government lets her be. You would love for us to go hide in the nearest mountain so that the truth about you isn't exposed, but that isn't going to happen soon. How about issues such as no-fault divorce? All men should know what no-fault divorce means. You don't want us talking about no-fault divorce, do you? Imagine if, effective immediately, all men across the world, men understood what no-fault divorce meant. If men across the globe knew exactly what no-fault divorce implied, then most of the men considering marriage would not marry. they would realize that they are binding themselves to a contract that pretty much states that the female that they are getting married to can lie, cheat, and do whatever she likes against her husband without any repercussions, and the government will still have her back. After betraying him, she still has the power to not let him see his children, take half of his assets, receive alimony, etc. For the men that are interested in what no-fault divorce is, I have attached a link in the low bar about no-fault divorce. It's starting to make sense why you just want us to disappear, but we are not men disappearing their own way. We are men going their own way. I couldn't listen to your whole video because of all the rubbish that you speak, which contains that much ignorance that it wouldn't surprise me if NASA would be able to detect it from space.
So you need to have a thick skin like I do. Otherwise, you need to just stay, just quiet over in the corner in the dark some damn where.
Your thick skin is only as thick as the technology that men have created will allow it to be. I remember when I first watched your video and it had 153 likes and 153 thumbs downs. I was glad I was the 154th person who thumbs down your video. Love your thick skin now, knowing that you have had to hide the likes and dislikes so that nobody realizes that it's so much of an unpopular video. Anxiety much? Where's your thick skin now? Using an interface that was made by men to hide the reality of what people think about your opinions.
Us men have had enough. If you listen to more men, you would realize that we have issues too. Am I not making a whole video series about the issues you have, you cluster B fucked up fucks?
What would you call men that have come to learn about no-fault divorce? Men that have had their lives completely obliterated by spiteful females that use government legislation, such as no-fault divorce, whom are suffering and going through hard times. What would you call these same men that have chosen to turn their backs on the same ones that turned their backs on them? What are you going to say to the young 11, 12, 13, 14-year-old boys who see the vast majority of what women have become? What? You're going to call them cluster B fucked up fucks as well? These young men can see what you are from a mile away. What do you call the men that commit suicide every single day? Would you call them fucked up fucks? Do you think about what drove them to the point of suicide? You should be ashamed of yourself, but even shame is reserved for those who have consciousness that can distinguish right from wrong. I have attached a link in the description bar of a paper compiled by Professor Richard L. Davis from Quincy College, Massachusetts, that proves when domestic violence related suicides are combined with domestic violence homicides, the total number of domestic violence related deaths is higher for males than for females. Let us delve just a little bit into cluster B disorders. In cluster B, you will find narcissistic personality disorder. You show zero empathy for men that have been screwed over by the family courts. You have no empathy for men that are forced to pay child support and alimony for kids that they are not allowed to see by the mother. One trait of NPD, lack of empathy. That's you. A narcissist also has a sense of grandiosity. You think that you're some sort of goddess, and in your little head all men pursue females because men worship pussy. You also state that it's been like that from the dawn of time. Sorry to burst your bubble, but many societies have worshipped both female and male genitalia. A simple Google search would have corrected you. You also have an inflated sense of self-importance, as you have deemed yourself a dating expert and pretty much an armchair psychologist. If you wanted to see a cluster B fucked up fuck, then I would recommend that you look in the mirror. I will not mock you for that. I will just warn men about you. NPD is a serious issue and you may need mental help. We are men going our own way, not the way that you wish for.